Hello, good afternoon. My name is João Oliveira. I'm the executive chef of the restaurant Travessa in Madragoa. And today we're going to do a recipe, bola de bacalhau. So it's a bowl of codfish. And we're going to start from doing with the fermento, the dough, with around 20 grams of dough, some water, not too hot, and some sugar. So in a bowl we're gonna put around 20 grams. We're gonna break with our hands. A pinch of sugar, I'll say around 5 grams, more or less. Make it safe. And now we start putting the water in the middle, and with our hands you're gonna mix until you have like a paste, not too wet but not too dry as well. We're gonna add just a spoon of flour. And if you see it's too liquid, you're gonna add some more flour to get the paste. Spoon by spoon, don't put the flour all at the same time. When you get this kind of texture, it's okay. So what are you gonna do? We're gonna cover, and you're gonna put around 15-20 minutes on a dry but hot place and leave it. And when it comes like the double of the size, that'll be enough. And now for the filling, we're gonna add in a hot pan. We're gonna put around 100 milliliters of olive oil. Around 6-7 onions cut in like these in gomos, square. And you're gonna add the onions. Actually a recipe we do sometimes on my team. My teams on my kitchens, normally they're different cultures, different religions, and especially on the festive times of each religion, we do some recipes and we share the culture of each one. And the idea is with the plates and food, we pass some costumes, then we share sometimes, and we don't even know, and we know each other a little bit more, and it's a way to create the team almost become a family. When you're cooking the onions, you put already a little bit of salt, so helps the onions to sweat and don't create too much water on the with olive oil. If not, they're gonna boil instead of fry. Don't put too much because of the codfish. We're gonna use today a codfish is 13 months dried, and I leave around two and a half days in water, changing the water on the first day every 3 hours for the four or five times first, and after every 6 hours we change the water. Okay, the onions start getting some brown color, as you can see, and there's no water on the bottom and no olive oil because the onions just suck the olive oil. We're gonna add now 5 garlics chopped, and some parsley. You can put more. Normally I put three spoons of parsley. The rest, if you have more, you leave in the end, so you can add when you are filling the bread. Put the heat lower, so the garlic don't burn too fast, and everything cooks slowly and absorb the flavors of each other, and they become together. And you leave here for 2 minutes. Okay, now it's the time of the codfish. As you can see, the onions, the garlic and the parsley, they are wet, but not soak in water or olive oil. And all the rest of the if there's any olive oil or some water, the codfish will do the favor to us to absorb that olive oil, and the codfish we cooked first. Depends on how high is the piece. And after we take all the skins and the bones and we flake them. More you flake the codfish, more you're gonna break here when you're mixing. So we're gonna try not mix too much, so the codfish will just break. Now we're going to put the heat a little bit up, just to medium. As you can see, not too wet, not too dry. That's perfect. Because if it's too wet, after just our dough, you're gonna be absorb that and become very liquid, and it's not gonna cook properly. That's enough. Now we're gonna leave on the side so you can the flavors, they come all together and they absorb each other. Now we're going to take care of our dough and the paste to the bola, the bread. Now we're going to start preparing our dough. So we're going to have around 1 kilo of flour. And we're going to do a hole just in the middle. and around 1 liter of water. We don't want very cold, but not hot, okay? And slowly, we're gonna put half in the middle. And we're gonna start mixing just around the corners to the middle. You're gonna add slowly. When we get this consistent, we had the fermentation. We start before early in the morning. We're gonna have a pinch of salt as well. The salt is not just about the flavors. It actually helps after when you are cooking the bread, the outside become very crispy, and that's one of the reasons now these days the bread is not so, don't get the outside so crispy, because the recommendations of taking the quantity of excessing salt of the bread for healthy reasons. That's one of the reasons the bread is not so crispy at the older days. You get the outside very hard and crispy, and very soft in the middle. And you're gonna mix everything very well. Don't forget the flour on the cup on the sides of the bowl. It's very wet, so you're gonna add a little more of flour. You know, as you can see, it works already as just a bowl. You don't get sticky on the sides of the bowl. We're gonna roll basically. See? Just a pinch of flour on top. More you work the dough by this time, more she's gonna grows, and the end is much softy, airy bread. You can see we have a bowl now. We're gonna cover top of the oven around 25 minutes, more or less. So give time to the fermentations and the flours and the sugars and the salt and the water, they come all together, they fight each other, and that's why you see all that the holes on the bread when you cut. That's more air, more fermentation, and they work together perfectly. Okay, now is the end of the process. So you have the dough already rised, you have the codfish with the onions, you're gonna have some boiled eggs sliced, and some of the parsley that we left before. Some flour on the table. And we have our dough. Put some flour on the both sides so you don't get sticky on the table. You're going to open, you see all these bubbles. It's there, it's cool, that's what you want. So you're going to push, you more or less dough all together, and our codfish. So codfish with the onions and the garlic and the parsley in the middle. Be generous. The eggs. And if you like it, some more parsley. The parsley in Portugal is very traditional from the north, and in the south they use more coriander. Now we're gonna close this. Some flour again, and on the tray some flour. So now we're gonna put the bread filled with the codfish on the tray in the oven, 180 degrees, 25% of steam. If you don't have steam in the oven, you can always put some metal container in the oven with some water. I'll do the same effect. Okay, so the bread don't get dry, get some moisty, and the steam gonna give that. So we have the bread in the oven. You're gonna put around 30 minutes, okay? 180, 25% of temperature and some steam, and it's gonna cook for 30 minutes, and after we'll see how it goes. Bem, 30 minutos, vamos ligar o forno e vamos aqui abrir, ver como é que está. Perfeito. Conseguem ouvir? It's perfect, you see? That's what you want, the sound you want. Okay, 30 minutes. That was more than enough. Let's gonna take it out. Let cool it a little bit. Cut and eat. Okay. Now we had some extra flour on top with the brush. We can take it out. Okay, rest, cool down, eat. Okay, so that's the best time, the best part. That's gonna cut and eat. See how it goes. Bon appetit. Enjoy.